water. Nah, it's
Ain't no water in that cup.
it's half Cayman Jack, half Corona.
Ooh, that sounds good.
My bro
What's
Kevin
good?
Mark put me on it. Oh man, are we
What's
live?
good? What's good? It's your boy
Man.
DJ Avo, and this is the Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 95. Let's go! Y'all see me set up Dot as we rolled in. I set his ass up. I got
Vic.
it.
Vic usually gives me a countdown or something, but it never happened. Hey,
it's cool. I like to have the raw feeling of, you know, like we're backstage talking, then they just get to catch a glimpse of that. So,
all right, let me gather myself.
We're trying out new shit.
I know. What's good, Brodies and Bays? This is the Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 77. This is where you come for your fantasy football needs and to chop it up about the latest NFL news. I am Dynasty Bro Dot here with my co-bro.
You got Dynasty Bro Vic, man. What's up, everybody?
I see you, Vic.
What's good?
You got the bald head going today, man. What inspired it, bro? How you feeling?
Fresh shave, you know, keep them guessing, man. Got to keep them on their toes, you know what I mean? So.
It's real.
I ain't mad at that. If you can tell, I have on a different color today because Avo told me I can't wear black anymore because he told me I blend in with the couch. So I just throw that out there now, and let's get past it going forward. Yes. So since I'm tired of my brothers today, we reached out and got a guest on the podcast because I need some different energy, man. They made me feel bad the other day. So for y'all who don't know, we got Mr. John Luke. I'm calling you John Luke because I can also call you JL. We're going to be all over the place. So if you're say JL, John Luke, we're talking about this cat right here. Welcome to the show, brother. How you doing?
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys having me on. This is dope. I'm doing great.
No doubt. Look. You got the floor right now. I want to do something before we get anywhere else. Tell the people, you know, what you do, what you got going on, what you represent, all that right now. This is your platform to do that.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm co-founder of Front Yard Fantasy. We got a daily live stream where we play fantasy football game shows. We take like popular game shows, Jackbox games, shit like that, and we translate them into fantasy, and we just have a good time. It's like an hour. Every day, we just, you know, we kick it back, we compete, we yell at each other, we laugh. It's a great time.
Sounds like men stuff. Sounds like men.
It's dope.
That's fire. All right, so I ain't gonna lie. Me and Vic talked about this earlier before we dissected it. We seen the Twitter name. It's FYF John Luke, right?
Yes, sir.
Before we dissected everything, it made sense once you realized it. But we was wondering what FYF stand for. And I approached it. I said, "Hey, bro, do you think it stands for fuck your football?" And then
that would be good. That's way better.
And then Vic said,
"Hey," I was like, "Nah, it got to be fuck your fantasy." So, hey, between one of those, man.
Yeah, Avo's mom's watching. Come on.
Oh man,
watch your man.
Sorry, Mom, Tammy. But clearly we both wrong. We was both wrong. So you know, but it's cool. You know, we live and we learn. But thank you. Thanks for having you, man. Today we got a fire episode. We're going to talk the Colts Dynasty outlook going forward and the Eagles. Everybody's seen the Carson Wentz trade. It's been like one of the talks of ESPN and any kind of NFL Live or anything on TV that you watch. That's been the talk. We did our quarterback dilemma episode last week. It happened like right after our episode. So we're going to kind of get to talk about that and what it means for our Indianapolis Colts going forward. And even Vic and his Jalen Hurts pickups that he had all last year. We get to talk that dynasty outlook too. We gonna do the what's the word. We're gonna do the closing, which I love. But since we got a guest, you know what we get to do? The football resume. So look, John, JL, Mr. Smooth. What we do is every time we have a guest on, we like to welcome them in by letting them elaborate on their real life football resume, if they have one, and fast forward the fantasy football resume. So I'm going to ask you things like, when did you start playing football if you did? And like, when we go to the fantasy, I want to ask you like how many teams you run, just little questions like that. So I'm going to guide you through it though, if you're ready.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Anybody got anything before we run into the resume?
No, I'm just making sure I'm not sweating up here with the bald head. So we good.
Nah, you good, bro. It looked good, bro. It looked good, brother to brother. I'm gonna take a sip of my water.
I'm drinking Tax Man. What you drinking, JL? I mean John Luke. I'm still trying to figure out.
Some nice brisk tea.
There you go.
Hey. Not a sponsor, but they could be.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
they could be.
Peep Dynasty Bros, brisk.
Avo's clearly
take the
drinking a
play.
Gatorade. I'm just glad he doesn't have any more of that Ciroc.
Or
All right.
is it? Or is it?
Or is it? Touche. All right, let's get to it, Mr. John Luke. Real life football. Did you play any coming up, man? And you can start at grade level. Like, we want to know all of that. Did you play any football?
I played a little bit as a kid growing up in elementary school. My brother actually he's a walk-on in Maryland. So I grew up just like, loving football. I was a big boy, so I was built for football too. But I ended up actually transitioning playing basketball and baseball like really heavily. So I didn't go into high school playing. And actually I went to high school with Stephon Diggs. And so our high school like program was pretty good. So I was I wasn't about to go try and do that. But yeah, baseball and basketball was then my go-to after that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm jealous.
Hey, we gotta call a timeout. Call a timeout. What is it like?
Yeah,
what was
bro.
it like watching Stephon Diggs on the Friday Night Lights, man, or Saturdays? You guys play on Saturdays.
Yeah, I was just telling the story on my live stream earlier today. I still remember his very first play. He's my class, so we were 14 years old, freshman. He's on the varsity team. They kick it off. He takes it in the end zone, runs it all the way back, just like through the whole team. His first play, like on varsity, like everybody knew this man was going to be, great.
Damn, that's dope. Like, this is the first football resume we've had on here where someone actually went to school with a guy that's in the league. So that's dope, man.
My favorite
superstar.
My favorite Stephon story though is I tell this my co-founder and best friend just rolls his eyes because I say it too much. But we had freshman gym together. We were doing a sit-ups competition. So I'm like next to Stephon. And, we're going like first 200 sit-ups, and I beat Stephon Diggs. He looks at me. He's like, man, you cheated. And I looked at him like, bro, of course I did. Like, I'm like 150 pound, 14-year-old. You kidding me? Of course I cheated.
He wasn't going.
You thought I was doing the full push-ups? Like, come on.
He's a full competitor. I like that story already. And, hey, I heard you're not trying to win. Let's cheat. Hey, we'll talk.
Hey, that's what it is, baby. That's in baseball.
I learned that.
What position did you play in baseball?
You know that.
Baseball, third base. Third base is my spot.
Oh, the hot corner. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, that means you were good at baseball. That's what's up, because third base is like important.
Hey, that's the hot
that
corner.
Long ass throw, man.
I'm not playing over there, so hey, hats off to you.
Avo's our resident baseball player. Every time somebody says baseball, he hits the horns.
You already know.
Up. He's happy. That's his thing.
I miss it, man. I miss you can't really play baseball as an adult unless I don't know. I've never seen. Yeah, there's no leagues to do that. You can't just go out and play by yourself.
True that. So playing baseball, basketball, football, that's cool. You didn't do anything in college?
Nothing in college. No, not at Clemson.
All academic. Come back one more time.
Yep.
Not at where?
Clemson University.
Oh man.
Go Tigers.
Okay.
Like the Clemson?
The Clemson University.
Let's dive in there. Let's dive into that. I don't care if you didn't play football at all. Let's just talk about going to Clemson.
I could do this all night. I live right here all night.
So when did you attend Clemson, sir?
So I went in 2016. It was my, I graduated high school 2016. So following year.
Did you attend football games? And if so, what was that like? Who did you get to watch while you were at Clemson? This is all exciting because Clemson's always loaded, man. Like always.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I joined, it was the Nukes, I think senior year. And it was Nuke and Sammy Watkins.
Damn.
But they had and then they also had Taj Boyd thrown to them. So that season we weren't too good. We kind of fell apart. Florida State ran all over us. Florida State was insane that year. But the games are lit down there. I tell you, they have Death Valley or whatever. It's 90,000 people in there, and shit it pops off. Night game is amazing.
That's cool, man.
This resume is overwhelming, and we haven't even got to the fantasy side yet. I want to ask random things man, what was supposed to happen with Sammy Watkins in his career since you went to school with him? Are you disappointed since you went to school with him of how his career turned out, injuries, and just not being the stud like he was drafted to be in real life and fantasy, man?
Yeah, Sammy's got a special place in my heart. I still have him. I feel like in every dynasty league, just like I know that it's probably never going to happen, but I still can hold out hope. But yeah, no, it was definitely disheartening. It made me really dislike the Bills because the Bills, like honestly, they screwed him over. Like they weren't listening to him. He had that foot injury, and then he I forget like the full story, but like the coaches were just like, "Oh, you're fine, you're fine. Like don't worry about it. You're totally good." And he's like, "No, something's wrong." And then he like went out and ran a route and like I think like the metal screw or something like shot through his foot.
Wow.
He's like, I told your ass something was wrong. Come on.
Yeah.
So it made me really kind of dislike the Bills just for kind of screwing them over that way.
I know, man. Shout out to the old Bills. We all love
Bills Mafia's about to come after me for that though.
now they are.
We got your back. We got your back.
Hell yeah. Shout out to the 101 over Mike Evans that year. I ended up getting Mike with the 102. White Sam got Sammy Watkins. I remember that year. It was awesome. So man, congrats on being able to go to Clemson. I don't know what that's like. I still haven't been to a big enough college game, but to be able to pick and choose when you want to go to a Clemson game sounds awesome.
Yeah, you should go. Clemson fans love, like, you know, it's not like some other schools where it's like you can't go unless you're a fan, some shit like that. Like Clemson fans will welcome you with open arms.
Well, tell him that I want to go to a Clemson game so we can schedule it next year.
Hey, Vic.
What's up, John Luke?
Hey, Dot wants to go to a Clemson game.
Hey, we're gonna go with you, man, for your homecoming.
Right. Hey, let's go.
Hey, if I'm gonna go, I want to go. Like, you know, I got to get the full experience. Hey, they're gonna think I went there.
Avo want to go to a baseball game. Look at him.
You already know.
Nah, so that's a fire real life resume. That's no diss to anybody else that done been on here. This to Vic's resume. But this is probably the best guest resume we've ever had, man, so far.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we ain't even got to the second half, so I'll say that. All right. Okay, look, fantasy resume. Let's do things like how long have you been playing fantasy football? How about that? Let's start there.
So I started in high school, just like, you know, classic high school friends league. Half of them, you know, don't know what the hell's going on. But definitely like my first introduction, you know, learning the game. And then in college is when I started taking it serious. I had a league with some friends, and my co-founder and best friend was the one that convinced me to join it. And it just totally changed the game. It was like a keeper league. And I remember driving to that draft going like, damn, man, like they're about to roast the hell out of me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to accidentally, that was Zeke's year, like his rookie year.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, oh damn, like who am I going to take here? What am I going to do? And the guy next to me drafted Steve Jackson at the 102. And I was like, all right, I'm good. They're all going to shit on him. I'm good. I'm not the guy.
Dang. All right. That's fire. All right. So right now, this is always an interesting question to ask because I know how Vic, he indulges a little bit more than me. At least he did this year. How many leagues are you in?
Currently? This is embarrassing. It's over 10. It's 10. It's 10. It's exactly 10.
That's not embarrassing. Hey, Vic.
That's not embarrassing at all. Go ahead, Vic. Go ahead. Go for it. Let him know. How many 10s?
Speak your truth, Vic. Speak your truth.
Were you in last year? Because you'll probably cut down. But how many leagues did you just wrap up?
I'm in 10 times 2 plus 5 minus 1. So y'all do that math and let me know what that number is.
24.
Pretty sure that's 24.
I love you broke it down to the equation.
Try to make it sound good. Try to make it sound low.
Yeah, I'm still in the teens, but Vic shot up, boy. His stock went up over the off season, man. So
what happened? What happened, Vic? How'd you land yourself in this position?
Man, this whole pandemic, man, happened. So, you know, being at home, working from home, being bored, startup leagues were starting like every hour, not every day, every hour.
Yeah.
I was joining them. MyFantasyLeague.com, sleeper. So yeah.
You have a hard time saying no.
And I only won one championship. So there you go. As we go to show, you know, it takes luck, and
at least you got the one.
Exactly.
At least you got the one. All right. Did you win any championships this year? Out of your 10.
Yeah, I did win. One of the championships.
That's good. Hey man, as long as you walk away with one, man, with all the hard work, especially the pandemic year, it's been a struggle. If you had a real good team, you probably technically wasn't that good this year. Think about the top players out and everything.
Yeah.
But congrats on the championship.
Thank you.
And yeah, man, 10 isn't
what
bad.
up, Troy?
Hey, Troy said what up. I got a flash, Troy.
Good.
What up, Troy?
That's my guy, Troy.
Troy got the ball head going like Vic.
Oh, yeah.
That's clean.
Ball head gang.
Who head cleaner? I don't know, Vic.
I don't know.
T-Roy looking like, I don't know if it's the lighting, but it looked like he got you, Vic.
He said he copied me. Hey, we got to get Troy on here, man.
Nah, that would be fire. That would be fire.
I've been trying to get him on my live stream since I met him, which is like forever ago now, it seems.
Oh,
man works a full-time job.
Ooh.
Can't take off work to come hang with his boy. I see how it is, Troy.
It's call-out season.
Come on.
Anybody got anybody they been wanting to call out? Just do it right now while you got the platform.
Hey, yo, Di, I've been meaning to say this.
Come on, man. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. So now, look. He said you started like 1.
It's 3 now, Troy. It's 3 now. That was before. This is now. It's a different time.
All right, and one more question. Who was your fantasy MVP or like the most had guy on all of your teams this year? Do you have one?
Oh my God, I'm blanking. Who is it?
That's a guy in a lot of leagues right there. See?
I know, right? I'm like going through each one. Running back, wide receiver.
It got to be Sammy Watkins.
That's literally what I was thinking.
I was expecting week 1.
Right? I was thinking Stephon Diggs.
I didn't have like all the years before, especially in Dynasty, I had Diggs, and then people came around trading, and I don't have him on my team anymore. But I used to love that.
Yeah, man, he's a beast. You got to fix that though. That's the beauty of Dynasty.
You know who it is? It's DeAndre Hopkins. I was still pretty high on him coming into the season. Everyone was like, devaluing him because he's on a new team. They didn't think he was going to get the targets, and
that guy.
He's just Oh, you were like that, Vic?
I was, man.
I thought we were friends, man.
Hey, my lesson learned this year is trust the talent. Like that's with Diggs, that's with Hopkins. Like you just gotta trust the talent.
Yep, yeah. So Nuke was that, and I figured, he's just one of those guys that just doesn't matter, how many people on the team, he gets open.
He does. He's a baller, bro.
He is, bro.
All right. So, like I said, my opinion, best football resume so far, hands down. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
That's fire. That's fire. You are officially JL. That shit's smooth.
It was a sit-ups competition. That was it. Yeah. That put it over, right?
Yeah, Diggs called you a cheater, bro.
Yeah.
If you're not cheating, you are not trying to win, bro. You got to go for it.
All right, so that's the resume, man. What we're about to do is get into what's the word. We got the Hood TMT with Dynasty Bro Vic. That's where he goes out. He finds news, then he brings it back here, and he flips it, though. He flip it a little bit and make it sound like it's his story. But he lets you know his sources at the same time, so he's not really stealing. So, that's kind of what's the word is in the Hood TMT with Dynasty Bro Vic. So I don't really know a better way to word it. Vic, do you want to make it sound better?
I mean, look, you guys watch ESPN all day, and they kind of sugarcoat stuff. So here we can talk about some of that stuff and really just put it all out there, no filter. So that's what it is. What's the word? I do half-ass research on some stuff, bring it back to the bros, and we just dissect it. So, all right. So look,
solid journalism.
So look, we're gonna start with Tiger Woods. If you guys don't know, he was actually in a car accident, single car accident. He had to have surgery. That's all over ESPN. So we just want to send our prayers and thoughts and well wishes, speedy recovery to him. One of the greats in terms of golf. So yeah, we don't just take the football over here, John.
Oh no, I love it.
All right, and also since we're not taking the football at this moment, I do want to shout out Osaka. She just dominated, the Australian Open. She got her 4th major, I believe. So Black Girl Magic. I just want to shout that out.
Yes. And shout out YBN Court.
Yeah, man, I was about to.
I was going to say that, but I ain't want to be that guy, so I'm glad y'all shouted him out.
Nah, you got to finish it then, bro. Finish it for us.
Nah, shout out to YBN Corday for finding him a up and coming superstar. You know, that is strong too. Got an opinion about it, stand on it. I love everything she's doing in her interviews, press conferences, all of that. And he slid in and shit, he got him wifey.
Yeah, man. That's what's up.
So who's gonna be influencing who? Is he influencing her or is she gonna be influencing him? Because you remember the Sierra call, you know.
Hey, that's the Osaka show, man. She runs the show. YBN got to fall in line, but I'm sure they, I'm sure they work together. So it's dope, man. We love to see up and coming, especially young power couples there. So that's what's up.
Touche.
Yeah, Osaka's unreal.
Yeah, man. She's a beast. She's a beast, man. Like, hopefully, I can go see her live one day. I know my dad. He actually, when I was a kid, I just remember my dad watching tennis, Wimbledon, all this stuff. So hopefully, I can take him to a match one day.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Yeah, man. All right, so let's keep it pushing. Actually, man, I scrolled too far on my notes. Here we go. All right, Deion Sanders. I don't know if you guys saw, but shout out to TMZ. There was a false alarm. Apparently, during this press conference, Coach, he just got his first win as a head coach. They blew some team out. I don't even know what the score was or who they played. But during the conference, Deion Sanders expressed some frustration because he was under the impression his items were stolen out of the coach's office. But later they found out it was actually just misplaced. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if you guys heard that story, but shout out to TMZ. It just goes to show, they so thirsty to break a story. Then they had to post a quick update. Oh, it was actually misplaced. So I don't know if you guys heard about that.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. That shit's crazy.
Shout out to Troy Aikman. He actually pulled up to Deion's first game. So that was dope. Former teammate, Hall of Famer pulling up on his old teammate. So that was cool. Cool to see that.
Can you imagine having Deion as your coach?
Man,
it sounds exciting, bro.
It does.
At the little school too? Like, I think you can imagine it at the big school. But he's at the NAIA school. So, like, at that school, that's crazy.
I would hate to disappoint him. That would be so terrifying.
He's actually at a HBCU. So he coaches at what is it, Jackson State? I believe it's Jackson State, right? Yeah. All right, let's keep it pushing. I don't know if you guys also saw on Instagram. I saw this on Instagram. Cam Newton gets into an argument or discussion with a high school 7-on-7 player, flag football. Did you guys see that discussion, that exchange?
Yes, I did.
It was borderline disrespectful on the kid, and it's just
borderline.
Cam got to learn to walk away as the adult. Just that kid was having a moment and he's being ignorant. Just walk away. Just don't even let that moment surface because it ended up turning into an unnecessary back and forth with a kid. That's all it is, honestly.
You can't really win that type of thing.
Yeah, as an adult, I would have just walked away. Like, you can't fight him. You are a celebrity. He's being disrespectful. Just walk away. He ends up just looking like a teenage kid, or you look like a celebrity getting into it with a high schooler on video. So even though the kid was being the disrespectful one, Cam got to learn to walk away. He got to swallow his pride, man. And sometimes, as you chose to be a celebrity, you can't be that sensitive. You got to learn how to walk away so it don't be a moment. So the kid probably started it, but go, Avon.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Is a teenager. That is a teenager. That is a young black man. He needs to be corrected by another black man immediately in that moment. He wanted the attention. He got the attention. Give it to him. And he did it properly.
So
give him that. Speak to him.
I don't
know.
There were two videos. So there were two videos. I'm not sure if you guys know. Yeah. So I actually liked how Cam handled the first one where he's like, you know what? You asked for the attention, I'm gonna give it to you. And when do you guys play? Let me come, check you out. So I like how
that one was cool.
Yeah.
But Cam, there was the video where Cam was like, I'm rich. I'm a millionaire. Like, that's not checking the kid right there.
Yeah.
So both videos don't align with what you're saying, Avo. And two, you're a celebrity.
He's a man.
You can't go check every teenager that wants to call you an ass football player.
Wasn't it his camp?
I don't know.
I don't know what it was.
I don't even think it was his camp, to be honest. Because if it was his camp, he would have stayed. He would have been known to everything. Here's my thing: you're still a celebrity.
Address that, man.
Every time a young man say something to you, bro, you can't go have that viral moment. You can't.
No,
especially your job is on the line right now. You ain't even got no team. So That's cool. One person see the one positive video Vic talking about, but you're also throwing being a millionaire in a young black man's face too. That's kind of disrespectful too to everybody that's not that rich. That's throwing money in people's face. That's not a viral moment to just walk away, bro. You got too much stuff going on right now. I understand what you're trying to say, but both videos didn't align with you saying he checked that man in a positive way. It didn't. It was wrong ways in that same thing.
I think he was right on both regards. Hey, man, you a bum. Hey, bro, I'm rich.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
teach the teenager a lesson real quick. Hey, bro, I'm rich. Who's a bum?
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the millionaire language gets like misinterpreted there, right? Or like, you probably could have said something better because like the point is right. Bro. Like, just because he's a free agent doesn't mean that like what he's done isn't amazing or impressive and shouldn't be strived for. Or that that kid can't learn something from him.
Right.
Yeah, and to everyone's point, that's where communication is key. And maybe in Cam's mind, him saying I'm rich, that's his way of saying, hey, I'm established. I'm a Heisman Trophy winner. I've been in the league. Like I've done this, right? You're trying to get here. So maybe all that was summed up in the I'm rich. So that's where I like to not always take things at the surface level, but at the end of the day, people take things for verbatim, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's real. That's real.
Hey, that ain't the first person that called Cam ass though.
Hell no.
You can't do it every
time. When I was looking up that video, I found like another video. Like, bro, this is a thing.
Cam ain't gonna be able to do it every time, bro. At some point, you just gotta just walk away.
I feel I'm surprised he's not like just used to it at this point though. Like you're that high up, like you just got to deal with people throwing shade at you all the time.
I agree, just not in that moment. You're at a camp for the kids, so like
I'm with you.
Yeah, from any of the people, the kids. Oh man.
Yeah. No, I mean, I completely agree, and I think that like there's nothing wrong with like trying to give that kid a teachable moment, right, and quit back.
Yeah, but I do agree with Cam meeting him with fire in that first video. I mean, you got to put that kid in an uncomfortable space, let him know like, hey, you asked for this, so let's talk it out. So I'm a fan of that approach, but it did go south with that.
After him saying he was asked 13 more times, bro, it was walk away. What are you doing?
I feel
when it's not going nowhere, it turned into a 4-minute video of a teenager calling you ass. That's the whole thing he said the whole time. Why was it a 4-minute video of that? After 10, 15 seconds as an adult, I'm going to walk away. Avo's just sitting there getting called ass for no reason.
Hold on. Wait. Let's go back. What was the last thing you said again? I missed that. Oh, man. Okay. All right, cool.
Hey, that's when he should hit the Tesla. Hey, had a Tesla pull up on its own.
But literally, the teenager for 4 minutes did nothing but call him ass. And that was the teachable moment left 25 seconds into that video.
I will say, I did as much research as I could. I found the kid, and he's trying to take advantage of the moment. I respect it. He's putting up highlight videos. I'm like, you're supposed to. Yeah, that's what you got to try to do, man.
And do we even know what led them to that moment?
No, that's what.
Because as soon as the video started, he was calling Cam ass. It looked like they was already into it. So do we not even know Cam might have started it? They just cut it out for PR. We don't know. Just walk away, bro.
Yeah, especially if he's just trying to get like if it is just like attention, like trying to capitalize by tearing someone else down. It might that's not great.
Yeah, and I do want to shoot that kid some bail. He did issue a apology on his notepad, so
that's real.
So you guys can look that up. So I mean that was good to see. So shout out to him for trying to correct that wrong. All right, let's keep it pushing. A couple more things, and then we'll get out of here. So of course we're going to be talking about Carson Wentz since he just got traded to my Colts. John, before we get into that, what's your team? You got a team in the league? I'm sure you do.
Oh man, I you know what? I grew up a Washington fan. But I cannot stand the organization. I hate the ownership. I hate, it's just a toxic place. So I ended up kind of just not being so much a Washington fan anymore. Became sort of a satellite Texans fan, but that's about to change real quick because my two guys are not there. Might not be there. Both of them.
I know he's not there no more, but man, the story of Dwayne Haskins.
Oh my God. I remember someone asking me like, "Oh, when Deshaun was going into the draft, like, oh, you want to go to Washington?" I was like, "Hell no! I would never wish that on my worst enemy." Like, they just destroy quarterbacks. They find ways to destroy quarterbacks. It's terrible.
You don't like what they're doing now, though, man. They look promising, man. They got a really young team. They got some nice pieces on defense and offensive side. Still don't have a quarterback, but they have some nice pieces there, man. You can probably start putting one foot back in and decide if you want to get on the bandwagon all over again.
You know what it kind of feels like? It kind of feels like after, like someone did something really fucked up and then they offer some like, apology on social media. And like, that's kind of how it feels right now with like, you got Ron Rivera, who I respect and I like, but still behind him is Dan Snyder. And no matter what, Dan Snyder is going to be like, you're just a piece of shit. So it can only be so good. We can only get so good while he's there.
You sound like a Knicks fan.
that's how, yeah.
Like, hey, we were bad as hell, but look, hey, there go Chase Young.
I love Chase. Yeah.
That's like spraying Febreze on dog shit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I do that, by the way. Febreze on trash.
My guy just got a new dog. He already letting us know how it go. He already letting us go in the Odita household.
Why does it still smell bad? Why does it still smell like shit?
Potpourri.
My guy didn't bring the shit bag. He just outside spraying Febreze.
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
All right. Him with the boot. That's cool. Man. All right, man. So check this out. Apparently, Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson didn't talk for weeks, like for 8 to 10 weeks. I saw that. At least I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's true, but those are the reports. That's what the football sheets are saying. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I know we're gonna get into the Carson Wentz thing, and we already know Doug Peterson got fired from the Eagles. So, yeah, man. What are your thoughts on that relationship there?
Doug Peterson probably knew he was gonna get fired. He knew it was going all bad. I probably wouldn't want to talk to Wentz either. Like, fuck it. He ain't my quarterback.
You're damn
even when the season's over, I ain't keeping his job anyway. He was probably like, what's the point of talking to Wentz? Honestly. And then Wentz was in his feelings. I ain't about to talk to Doug. Like, it's just, they were both just probably in their feelings. It's the end of an era, man. Just get over it. They probably just knew it was.
Yeah.
So that's all it is.
Just your standard toxic relationship.
Yeah.
It happens, man. It happens. All right, the very last thing I want to end on a high note. So shout out to RG3. He donated to food banks in Houston, also the North Texas area, all in the winter storm. So, of course, the state of Texas was hit hard this past week with the winter storms and, with electricity and power and, water being out. So shout out to RG3 taking care of his home state.
Facts.
Is that the end of your what's the word?
Yeah. You guys got anything you want to touch on? Go ahead, Dot.
To whom it may concern, Bobby Shmurda got released from prison today.
Hey.
Finally.
Yes. Oh my God.
Okay, bro.
That's a lot. Yeah, so I just want to say shout out to him. I'm glad he's home and all of that good stuff. And shout out to Reggie Jackson for hitting the Shmurda dance when everybody said he looked like Bobby Shmurda at the free throw line some years back. And that's all I want to say.
That's real. Bobby's home.
Yeah.
Welcome on. Anything else?
Nah. But we need to get to this because it's been too long and we haven't did this yet. It's like we're 35 minutes in. Hey, Avo, tell the good people where they can follow you at, my brother.
You can follow me at Avo Love. That's AVOLXVE on the gram. And then on the Twitter, you can follow me at Dynasty Bro Avo. Let's go. Hey, yo, Vic, where can they follow you?
You can follow me at Chief Sosa FF. Also, be sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen, Dynasty Bros FF, and join the Facebook community, Dynasty Bros FF Podcast. Hey, John Luke, where can they follow you at and catch the album?
Oh, album's coming. It's coming next fall. SoundCloud. Don't miss it. You all can follow me on Twitter at FYF John Luke. You can come watch the game show, which we got to have all three of you guys on sometime.
Yes.
Not at 1 p.m., Troy. Stupid.
It said 3.
Spreading those lies about me. Yeah, you can find that on YouTube or Twitch at Front Yard Fantasy.
All right.
Hey, yo, Dot.
Yes, sir.
Where can we follow you at, bro?
You can follow me at DynastyBro.dot on Instagram and Twitter, and follow the main Instagram handle at DynastyBrosFF. Please and thank you in advance.
Legit.
All right. Thank you, Avo. Thank you, Vic. Thank you, JL. So smooth.
Hey,
we're about to get.
Hey, I gotta tell the people they don't know. Like before we start recording, we was talking about that Bryson Tiller, talking some R&B. So, John Luke, aka JL, is real smooth. So
smooth,
real smooth.
You say JL's R&B and John Luke is Superman, right? That's what you're going for.
Superman, yes.
I like
Alter
that.
ego. All right.
All right. So, let's get into the main topic: Colts and Eagles Dynasty outlook. We already talked about Carson Wentz a little bit. Like I said, he just got traded to our Indianapolis Colts. So let's just start there. We already spoke on him. Had a horrible season last year. Worst season of his career for the most part. All right, so he comes. He's reunited with your guy, Vic. Is Frank Reich your guy? I guess we never talked about this. Is everybody in the organization your guy?
Now, I'm gonna tell you who my guy is. My guy is Ballard, the GM. Like he knows what the fuck he's doing. I trust Ballard. So we all know, Ballard brings in everybody else. Of course, Irsay has a say in all that too. So I got a lot of respect for Irsay. So yeah, man, we're just gonna put it like that. If you're a Colt, I got respect for you.
All right, so look, they bring in a 28-year-old Carson Wentz. Had a almost MVP season not too long ago, 3-4 years ago. And he still got potential, still on the younger side of what you want in a franchise quarterback. So how do you like it, man, going into a team who has everything he had back in his 2017 season when he was actually balling? We were all in flames and in love with Carson. We have a good O-line. We have decent weapons around him, a real good 1-2 combination at running back, receivers. We don't have the tight ends they had. Well, I don't know. Do we have the tight ends they have? Depends on what you think about our tight ends.
No, I mean, right now we definitely got to revamp the tight end group. Jack Doyle, of course, he's been a nice fantasy player over the past few years, but I mean, of course, as of lately, he's been on a decline. So it is what it is. Of course, Ebron had a nice year a couple years ago when he was here. So I definitely think we got some holes right there at the tight end position, even though Mo Alley-Cox did flash.
And he's twice the man of any tight end in the league.
I know, man. If he can stick around, that'll be good. Name of our other tight end, bro.
Trey Burton. Yep.
Trey Burton. Mine went blank. You don't think a Trey Burton, Mo Alley-Cox combination could be something good for Carson Wentz on the outside?
I bit hard on Trey Burton. That all that hype. I bit hard on that. So I don't know. I don't know if I can ever put my trust back in him.
Yeah, he has a couple games this season where he looked like Trey Burton.
Yeah, for real, he did.
Yeah, so but okay. Bring it back into Carson Wentz, man. I want to hear. Let's go with John. Your opinion first, man. What do you think this means for the Colts going forward? Do you think Carson Wentz can have a bounce back, seeing that he has a rejuvenated energy, hopefully, with a very good team, playoff championship bound potentially? How do you feel about him coming back to life in Dynasty, man?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great for Carson Wentz. I think this is an amazing landing spot for him, right? You got that offensive line. You got, plenty of good young wide receivers who are very talented. You got Jonathan Taylor, Nyheim Hines. I think they haven't re-signed Marlon Mack, right? He's a free agent, if I'm not mistaken.
I hope they don't re-sign him.
You think he'll be better if he leaves?
Nah, I don't think he'll be better, but our 1-2 combination is fire right now. And then we have a backup if we need to. It just doesn't need to be Marlon. I think he's good enough to cut into JT's time. That's the issue. But I think JT needs to be the clear number one and have Wilkins be the clear backup behind JT, if it could look like that.
I completely agree. And so, I think this is going to come down to his confidence, right? Like he looked shaken this year. His accuracy was terrible. I was going back and watching some, all of like Jalen Reagor's plays from the season because I'm really hyped on him, but I wanted to see like while he's playing, was it his fault? Was it Carson's fault? Like is there talent there? And it seemed like every single time it was Carson's fault. So I think it's going to come down a little bit to confidence and maybe being brought into that organization. Which seems to be pretty healthy at recruiting and building a pretty balanced team. And behind that offensive line, I think there's a possibility that he will, I don't know if he'll return to his like hype of like, this is going to be the next, the next guy, the next Tom Brady or whatever. But because I personally don't think he's as, that talented, but I think he'll certainly be better than he was last year.
All right. We talked about him a little bit, Vic. So let's open our eyes and talk to him now that he's an Indianapolis Colt. Let's talk about him. How do you feel right now, knowing that he's one of us?
Yeah, man. Excuse me. So I definitely think Carson Wentz is stepping into a better situation in terms of, like you mentioned, John, a better O-line. We actually just brought in Kevin Maui. So, of course, he's a Hall of Famer, former player, but he's going to add an additional boost to that offensive line, which is already nice with Big Q leading the pack. So there's not going to be a lot that we're going to demand out of Carson Wentz. I mean, we want to run the damn ball. That's the motto. We want to get JT going. We're playing in the AFC South, so of course Jacksonville is going to be revamping their team, their offense. Most likely they're taking Trevor Lawrence. Of course, we got the Tennessee Titans we got to worry about. We want to keep Derrick Henry off the field. And in the past, the Texans have had Deshaun Watson. Of course, he's still there. If he remains in Houston, we don't want to get into these shootouts with these teams. So I'm expecting us to run the ball a lot. I project Carson Wentz to be a mid to bottom tier QB2, only because we're going to lean on the run game. So
yeah, completely agree with that.
Yeah, I like it. I will say this. He has more upside than Phillip Rivers. And he can drop the ball. He could go out there and completely still be in his head and be sad. But if something clicks, man, he has way more upside than what we had in Phillip Rivers this year. So I do like that about the team. And I don't know. That's about it. I don't know. I don't have anything super bad to say about him, but I don't have a bunch of good things to say about him. This year was bad.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to get any worse than this year. So
yeah, and honestly, you can blame his weapons or the O-line or injuries to everybody around him, but a good quarterback still finds a way to look all right.
Sean Watson, case in point. That's all you need. Look at him.
Yes, man. I know everybody can't beat Deshaun, but dude, at least have those flashes of being like, well, dang, that's Carson Wentz. I can't tell you a time I said that this year. So
yeah, it was a lot of mental stuff. Like you could just tell. There's a difference between just like circumstance and like he was in his head.
I stand by what I say though. I don't know if anybody else, as bad as he played, I don't know if anybody will give him to you for a second round pick in Superflex, but I would still go flirt out all my seconds because you might get a buyer. Quarterbacks are so important to have in Superflex leagues. And I'm not saying you're going to have a quarterback for the rest of your life, but some people are that down on them, man. You go offer that 201, 202. It's going to be important to your team, man. That's still my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Frank is going to take the pressure off him, given they were together in Philly. Man, I didn't even realize Sleeper, included the number of times QBs were sacked, but 50 times, that's a lot of damn sacks. Of course, you got to protect the football. He took on all those fumbles. So I'm definitely expecting Frank to, take care of his guy. And as we all know, Carson Wentz does have an issue with holding on to the ball too long. That's just what he's known for. So hopefully, they get the quick game going, get the run game going to get, to take the pressure off. So
true that. All right, so with that being said, I don't think we really need to talk too much about the running game for the Indianapolis Colts, man. I think everybody's seen what JT is going to do. You've seen what he did with Phillip. I think it's going to be either that or better going into his second year with Carson Wentz. The O-line is still great. We're a running team. So that's everything you want in a young running back. So I don't know if we need to say much. Would anybody just like to just hype him up a little bit more while we got him on the screen?
Yeah, man, we got to hype them up. A lot of people in the dynasty land were impatient. They were, ready to trade Jonathan Taylor, but I was a guy that
it was bleak. It was bleak at that time.
Yeah, man. Hey, I was, going to go get him. I was trying to roster Jonathan Taylor at that time. So again, trusting the talent. These are rookies. They came in during a pandemic year, no training camp. Like, you just got to consider all those factors. Like, but
yeah,
it all came together. So JT is going to continue to be I'm gonna say it, man. He's going to continue to be a top 5 back. Of course, he just hit the RB6 this year, but I got him as a top 5 back going forward.
Completely agree. I'm all about Jonathan Taylor. I think he's going to be incredible.
Yeah, man. Anything to add, Dot? Or you want to talk some Nyheim Hines? Because I know that's a guy that, he started off hot, was a top 5 back, and then he kind of fizzled out. But he had some games here and there where he was the man, like some big games. So
yeah, they trolled the hell out of me, man. Like this first couple weeks where they just feeding Hines. I bought on that. I bid on that as well. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go spend my fab. Like, they're using him a ton, and then they just shifted that. No, they did come back, and Nyheim Hines ended up being a great value on the season.
Yeah, definitely a nice flex play. Dot is quiet. Did we lose my guy Dot?
Yeah, I think he dropped out.
Okay. But yeah, Nyheim Hines, man. Yeah, again, like he started off hot, and then he'd have his moments where he was the featured guy, and that's just all about the game plan and the script, right? Like, of course, teams are going to key in on Jonathan Taylor, and then next thing you see Nyheim Hines running in between the tackles on these draws and these ISO runs. And at times, I was a little frustrated. Like, it'd be short, like down and short, and Nyheim Hines would be, he would get the ball. I'm like, why are they giving it to him? Like, we need to get Jonathan Taylor in there. So
I know.
So yeah, man,
they're committed to him by the end of the season, and they seem to find a good balance.
Yeah, definitely. So I agree there. All right, let me see if my guy Dot is back. Okay, there's Avo. Let me add him back. I don't know what happened to Dot, but we're gonna keep it pushing. Oh, he's down here at the bottom. There we go. My bad, bro. I was on sleepers. Welcome back, man. So we was talking about Taylor and Hines. So yeah, man. Dot, what are your thoughts on Taylor and Hines?
Avo, you used that for Breeze while you were in there?
I used
took a break. Took a little break.
Taylor is. I love him. I'm not gonna lie. I did sell one of my shares last year in a dynasty league where I was everything went bad for me. Saquon went down. Michael Thomas was having his bad year. Galladay stayed hurt. Literally, my whole team was studs. Just went bad. So I did have Taylor in one of my leagues, and I traded Taylor for Saquon because I was down. This is when Taylor wasn't blowing up yet. And I was thinking to myself, well, shit, taking Saquon will make sure I still don't win no games. At least it's still Saquon. How do you feel about that trade in that moment, man? I know Taylor had to blow up end of the year, but you think it's pretty even? Like, did I drop the ball by trying to go get Saquon now that Taylor's being Taylor? How do you feel about that trade?
I don't think it was bad. I think I would take Saquon before Jonathan Taylor in a startup. You did lose a season, so like that is a cost. But I think that it was fine. You still upgraded. It was just 1-for-1, right?
Well, I also gave up Drew Lock, but this was like when I finally felt
1-for-1, basically.
Yeah, I fell out of love. I was the resident Drew Lock lover going into the season. I just when they got it. Here's my thing. When they went and I know Melvin Gordon doesn't mean too much, but when they got Melvin Gordon, I was like, dude, a real pass catching back. And I like Phillip Lindsay. He looks good, but Melvin Gordon's been solid. Like, I like what he's doing. He's a great goal line back. I'm like, cool. Their defense is always good. Then they drafted Judy. I was like, oh my gosh. Drew Lock season. Hey, Drew Lock and Jonathan Taylor got me Saquon in a season where it was a wasted season for me anyway. I just told you everybody on my team. My season was a bad season anyway, honestly.
Yeah, then I totally like it. If you weren't going to win anyway, then it's an upgrade.
And Hines was one of the guys me and Vic talked about early when we were talking about Phillip Rivers when he first went to the Colts. I was like, dude, Austin Eckler. Maybe not Austin Eckler, but just think of all the dinking dunking he did for those last 2 seasons. And he really threw it to the running back tons and tons anyway, even when he was having his better seasons anyway. But just the fact that his arm strength, and I don't know if he was questioning if he could get it downfield. He dumped it to the running back so much in his latter years. So I just knew 99s would be the one getting used. So I don't know. He fits well in our offense, so I like him. Not going to go try to pay up because he's still going to be used, but I don't know if he's going to be your running back 1, running back 2 consistently enough every week. It's going to be great.
Yeah, Hines is a boomer bust flex play for me going forward. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know, apparently he likes to dominate the Tennessee Titans, so that's a good week to play him.
Him and T.Y.
Yeah. Now, T.Y. owns the
Houston Texans, yeah.
Especially on the road. All right, let's get into these wide receivers. So, of course, Carson Wentz, new QB. I actually put this question out there in a tweet, but I'm going to ask you guys, who do you guys think, benefit the most? Michael Pittman or Paris Campbell? So, John Luke, I'm going to ask you first. Or is it both? And that's okay.
I think it's going to be both. A lot of it depends on, what Carson Wentz we get, right? Like, I could see this. There is a chance that that this is not a good move for them, right? Like, Carson doesn't, continues to stall, and we have another, unproductive year from these two guys. But I think I'm more bullish on Pittman over Paris Campbell. Sorry, Pittman over Paris Campbell. But I think that they're both gonna have a lot of opportunities, especially since we don't know if they're gonna bring T.Y. back.
True that. I think I responded to your tweet and said, "Shit, whoever's just gonna be healthier, I trust Pittman going forward because Paris has been the one not staying healthy for multiple years. I know Pittman had that he had that random, I don't know, he had what was in his leg? He had some kind of it wasn't a real injury, was it? He had some kind of infection in his leg, right?
I don't recall, but I know he had to have literally it was emergency surgery.
So I think it was more of an infection more than just went out there and got injured type deal. So give me the guy that's going to be healthy. I do think Carson can support weapons. I don't know if it's going to be tight ends. I don't know if it's going to be receivers, but give me the big guy that, is going to be like the go-to possession receiver because I think that's what he likes in his guys. You see how much he would dink and dunk to Alshon whenever Alshon was healthy. Those are what his tight ends are, big possession receivers. So I do like Michael Pittman because I don't know what the pieces are going to be around there. I know he's a staple there. I think he'll stay healthy. I can't say the same for Paris. Don't know if T.Y. is getting re-signed. I don't know what's happening with the tight ends. Just give me the Michael Pittman because I like his trajectory. I hope I said that word right. I like him. And I think he was great, and he was coming into his own once he finally was getting a run. So give me Pittman all day over Paris.
Yeah, I think something I think about a lot is try and target players where there's talent and uncertainty that's bringing their value down. And so if there's going to be if that uncertainty surrounding this whole situation starts bringing Pittman's value down in Dynasty, go and target that because that's where you're going to find that value.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's a good time to capitalize. For me, I got these guys as wide receiver 3s going forward, at least at this point. Again, we want to run the ball. And, of course, if you guys saw what Phillip Rivers did this past year, 1 week it'd be a Pittman week. Next week it'll be a Hines week. And next week it'll be a T.Y. week. Then it's a Zach Pascal week. So that's just kind of how we like to spread the ball around. I mean, our quarterback plays point guard. It is what it is. So just given that, I love the talent of Michael Pittman. I love the talent and upside of Paris Campbell. But I got these guys as wide receiver 3s. So plug them into your flex. That's my approach going into Dynasty this next season.
All right. So my approach is Michael Pittman because he won't give up his number. So I'm riding with that. I like that type of heart. There you go.
I like that. He's 11 toes down on that number, right?
Yeah, he's like, nah, that's me right there. You didn't even play well enough. You just barely got here. Nah, that's my number.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You think that called thief? You think that fucks up Carson Wentz's head even more?
That's some entitled shit, though.
I am the start, but now here's the thing: majority of the time, if this is your starting quarterback, the guy is going to be unless you're probably dealing with a stud, that's fine, superstar. Receiver probably gonna give his number up, man, to the starting quarterback. We're talking about a second-year guy who won't give the veteran quarterback his jersey. I'm not saying Wentz deserves it, but it's Well, damn, he already don't respect me. He a motherfucking sophomore.
Imagine,
maybe I don't need to throw him the ball.
Well, as the teenager said, your ass.
Yeah,
your ass.
40
your
times.
Ass.
Pittman just copied him. Your ass, Carson, your ass.
Gave him that Cam treatment. Hey, but you know what? I'm not mad at Pittman for that. I mean, as of right now, there's no long-term investment in Carson. So he can fuck around and give his number away, and then he's rocking number 17 for no reason for the next few years. So
yeah. That's just petty, though. Like, how could you be like, imagine being Carson and like coming into a new team or whatever, like, and you got to go up to Pittman and be like, hey, come on. Give me. Come on, give me that number. It's like, bro, that's some petty shit. Just why even care?
Is it he don't got the status enough, or is it just selfish to ask because Brady just did it?
It's
a year ago.
That's because he was a bad number 11.
That's why I'm asking. Is it status, or is it just
number?
You shouldn't go to a new team feeling entitled? That's what I'm saying, Vic. I'm asking. Like,
it is status.
Okay, that's fine.
He hasn't earned the right. Yeah, Wentz hasn't earned the right. Like, that's just what it comes down to. If you're a Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, a Mahomes, a Deshaun, you can pull that move. Carson Wentz, middle of the pack guy, you haven't earned that rite of passage. So,
that's why I was trying to get to understand. I was asking, was it status, or
at least in my opinion,
entitled? Yeah, that's fine if it's status.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
But question for you guys: do you guys think Carson Wentz ends up with a double-digit number or a single-digit? I have my number in mind for him.
That's like an over or under, man.
Yeah. The over or under. What you take?
I'm going under 10, man. I'm going under 10.
Man, I thought my mic was falling, and then I hit it, and then it actually started falling. Saquon's kicking my ass, man. It's like 8%. Hey, well, you said over, my bad, or under? My bad.
Under.
Okay. What about you, John Luke?
I think I want to say under 2. That feels right.
Yeah. What about you, Dot?
He should wear number 17 because 2017 was his best year.
And that's Phillips' old number. That's cool. Okay. I like that. I'm actually going to under. At first, I was going to say he needs to rock the number 0 because nobody's giving him a chance, including myself. But I'm going to retract that. That'll be dope, though. You know what I mean? See number 0, that'll be dope. But I'm going to go with number 9. It just, I feel like number 9 would be a good fit for him.
9 or 7 was where my mind went whenever you asked.
Get him away from 9. That's my number. Be cool.
Carson's gonna show up to Avo's house. Say, "Come on, give me 9. Come on, bro. Give me 9."
My number, bro. My number.
Steve Pittman said that same shit.
Yeah. All right. So look, I know we talk about Cam, we talk about Pittman. We can't leave out T.Y., the veteran, the OG in the room. What are you guys' thoughts there? Will he be back?
He'll probably be back, to be honest, bro.
Is he a free agent?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
My opinion is, though, what he'll probably want from being there and loyal, it's so many free agent receivers out there that we should probably go target before we ask T.Y. back. No offense to T.Y. Galladay, Godwin, Allen Robinson. I mean, there's guys out there, bro. Like, here's my thing. Even older guys, like, at this point of your career, would you want to pay T.Y. what he might ask for, or pay Marvin Jones what he might ask for? Marvin Jones might be cheaper.
Man.
Like, come on, bro. T.Y. ain't looked that good, and he been banged up.
I personally don't want to pay a Marvin Jones. I mean, this past season, T.Y., he played 15 games. But in the past, has he been banged up? Yes, 10, 14. So we see that there. But
who had the better season this year without me knowing numbers, honestly, T.Y. or Marvin? Because Marvin's going to be cheaper than T.Y.
Yeah, probably Marvin Jones. And let's peek at that. We can peek at that.
And I'm not saying I want any of them. There's other guys out there, but
they might be able to get. I think they'll probably be able to get T.Y. on a pretty cheap deal. Just
you
like I don't think he has much leverage is the problem. So. I and it makes sense for why go through the trouble of going to a new team and learning playbook. He's talented, but I think that makes the most sense. But I still think he's talented. I think it's just I don't know that we're gonna ever get the T.Y. of old.
Yeah, back in the Andrew Luck days, and it makes sense to keep a veteran like T.Y. in the room when you got a young Paris, a young Pittman. Let T.Y. show him the ropes. I mean, we've seen that with Marvin Harrison. showing a Reggie Wayne, and then a Reggie Wayne showing a T.Y. the rope. So that's just kind of what we do.
King Larry Fitzgerald, man, like the mentor of the entire NFL, nicest guy in the world.
Yeah. So, just given how the Colts operate, we're a loyal organization. So we're definitely going to take care of T.Y. But it brings us back to the question of, I don't see us taking care of Mac in that sense. I don't think we can bring back Hilton and Mac. So we got to plant our flag. I think it makes sense to develop those wide receivers with a guy like
What's the cap room, bro? Do you know that off top? I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, I don't.
Because I want to know why we won't just jump the gun and get one of these stud receivers then. Because
you never know. We might. You never know.
Me and Vic talk about, and we just talked about this. I'm like, the Colts always have cap money, and we always sit on it going into the season. Sometimes we need to just jump out there.
It's like 43
Try
mil.
it once, man.
43 mil cap space.
Come on, man.
Man, we can get an Allen Robinson with that.
Yes, bro.
Can you imagine?
God,
oh God.
That would be beautiful.
If Carson Wentz starts shitting the bed though, poor Allen Robinson, this man just cannot catch a break.
I know. That would be all bad.
Yo, Vic, you're on Clubhouse, right?
Yeah, I am. I don't use it too much, but I need to get out there more. Actually, I think I got pinged the other day to join a room.
Might have been me. But yeah,
I think it was you.
It might have been me. Allen Robinson was on there answering questions with Adam Lefkoe. That's pretty dope.
That's dope.
Yeah, just talking about how he's thinking about free agency and stuff.
That's cool, man. I definitely need to take more advantage of Clubhouse. Shout out to Clubhouse. Shout out to the guys in the fantasy world out there too, man. So yeah, that's a good space. All right, let's pivot to these tight ends so we don't get long-winded. Plus, we got to still, touch on the Eagles. So of course we got who you guys, man. Let's start with Mo.
Are we really about to touch on these tight ends for Dynasty?
It's gonna be quick. Because it is a question mark. Of course, Trey Burton was brought on a 1-year deal, but Mo Alley Cox. I mean, again, he flashed, man. Like he's a monster. He's a beast. Like he's a giant among men, right? So. We definitely, in my opinion, on the offense, need to fill the hole at the tight end position. We don't have that consistent presence. 1 week could be a Mo Alley Cox week, another week it's a Jack Doyle week, then another week it's a Trey Burton week. So we definitely need some more consistency. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually drafted a tight end. That way we can, turn the page on some guys. But I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts and outlook on the tight end position for the Colts?
I don't think we probably won't retain any of the guys that we had. I don't think so. What's the point of going to pay them? It's so many. It's some decent ones. There's some good ones coming out in the draft that I really like. And the Colts are in position to. They don't have a lot of holes they need to fill. They went and got the quarterback during the offseason. They added to the O-line during the offseason. We have cap space to go get guys if we need to. But like I said, there's good guys coming out the draft if you want to explore it that way. Because I don't think anybody stood out consistently enough to keep on paying. But if I see them paying somebody, I think it'll be Jack Doyle just because the loyalty thing you talked about. So I don't technically want any of these guys because I don't know where they're going to reside next year on the team.
Yeah, I agree with that. I got a story for you, John Luke. So I actually played against Jack Doyle in high school.
Oh, for real?
Bro. Monster, man. Like, yeah, he was literally 6'6", 260 in high school. So
God damn.
That's that. So big boy, but we definitely like Jack. He's a great blocker, so I definitely agree with you, Dot. We'll bring him back in. Again, we want to run the ball, so it's nice when you got a tight end, that gets in the trenches with the line.
Was he good in high school?
Oh, hell yeah. Beast. You can't do nothing with him. It's like backyard football with him, like turkey bowl.
Yeah.
That's what it was like. All right, you guys ready to pivot to these Eagles?
Yeah, we got to. But we'll be long-winded.
My guy hit me with the wrap it up, the Dave Chappelle. I know that tone. All right, man, let's start with Jalen Hurts, man. This is a guy that I roster like almost everywhere. This is a guy that I bumped heads with on Dot in our code GM league. So me the QB, let's get Jalen Hurts. He's like, why? I'm like, bro, let's trust the draft capital. They took him in the second round. So hey, he's the future. The future's right now. What are you guys' thoughts on Jalen Hurts before I get my take and opinion?
John Luke, you first.
Yeah, I believe in Jalen Hurts' talent. Clemson faced him plenty of times, so I was watching him throughout college. I didn't think that he was going to do what he did in Philadelphia. this season. I thought that it wasn't going to go as well as it did, and I was wrong on that. But I think he's talented. I don't know that the Eagles are going to be in a place to really set him up, and so I think his hype has gotten a little bit untenable at this point. I wouldn't be drafting him where he's going right now, but I think ultimately he's going to be good. He's very talented. He's got like the running safety net, right, which is so key.
He got that shit down pat. I ain't gonna lie. I give him props on his. Hey, if it breaks down, I'll start running. I'll give him his props on that. He looks good when he's running. I just struggle with guys that I don't think are the most accurate passers, and that comes with time, progression, practice, and stuff. But I just thought that they're going to have to cater an offense to him, and I didn't see the Eagles doing that, and I feel like just his style of play, they gave him the playbook to a limited, they opened it up real limited for him so he can do the things that work for him. But to let him be your quarterback going forward, I don't know. I don't feel like he's just let him go out there and pick apart a defense style quarterback. But I don't know, man. I'm still iffy on Jalen Hurts, and if that team's not going to cater some things to him, I don't know how successful he will be in that organization. But that's just me. I've been standing on that for a year though.
Yeah, I wonder because in college his biggest issue was the long throws. He didn't have a ton of arm strength, and when he was heaving it down, it wasn't super accurate. And so that's a really good point. And I think that reminds me I got to go look in on that this offseason, because I think that'll be the key to how I feel about him. If he hasn't really improved that way, then I think that really limits what he's ultimately going to do.
I do think they have a real good running back. I still like Miles Sanders. I do think they like playing through the tight end. That could be some good for them. They really have Goddard. Even if Ertz leaves and they figure out a second tight end, Goddard is a real good tight end one to have, young, promising receiving. They still need to figure out their receiving core. I like Rieger, but they're going to have to get him some weapons that's going to be able to support what he can do as a quarterback, and that's going to be real important for his progression. So that's how I feel about Hurts. I'm still not breaking my neck to go get him nowhere.
Yeah. For me, I have Hurts as a QB2 going forward. Really a top 15 play. And I mean, let's be honest, when we're talking QB2s, if they're not top 15, does it even really matter? I know, guys like Matt Berry has him as a top 10. I definitely see that potential, but I'm actually going to just temper my expectations, only because they got a lot to figure out, and it starts with that O-line. But I definitely think the future's bright in terms of, they're establishing their young core. They got Hurts, they got Rager, they got Sanders. That's a nice core to have. Now you just got to clean up the O-line. And for me, what I like about Jalen Hurts, again, he creates with his legs, and he's decisive, meaning when he throws the ball, it's almost like he's throwing it before the wide receiver, is done running his route. So I do like that when compared to Carson Wentz. Hurts is delivering that ball early and often, and then when you turn around, boom, the ball's right there. So I do like that. He's not thinking, you know what I mean? He's out there playing ball.
Yeah,
the confidence.
He can run. He has that. I don't think he's no Lamar Jackson style runner. So if the defense start figuring out how he plays and they don't start helping him out with that offense, I don't think it'll be as lovely as Lamar Jackson running the ball. But he does have the upside of running. He is a good runner. He's not a great runner, but he's a real good runner.
Yeah.
So
totally agree with that.
All right, let's pivot to the running backs. Let's talk about Miles Sanders. Of course, he missed some games this year, so he played 12 games. Still ended up being RB2 on the back end. How do you guys feel about this Hurts and Sanders combination? Does Hurts help his situation, or does he limit him?
You can go, John. I'll go after you.
I was gonna say I think it only helps him from Carson. Carson, I think that was only limiting him, and he was still playing well with Carson there. So I'm pretty bullish on Miles Sanders, and I wasn't coming into the season. So that take that for what it's worth.
That's one guy I'll probably try to buy low. I feel like he's one of the names that isn't big right now. When you think about running backs, these rookies shot up so much that I feel like some of these guys that were in their sophomore year, kind of lost some name and some name cachet about themselves. So
Or
I like
injured
Miles
like
Sanders.
Saquon.
Yeah, see all of that. So I really like Miles Sanders. I do think a running quarterback always helps the running back and always helps the running game in general flow better. My only fear is shit, man. Is Jalen Hurts going to throw him the ball out the backfield? Seeing if that's going to happen, and is Jalen Hurts going to steal some red zone stuff for him or from him? So that's my only fear with it. But I love Miles Sanders stuff.
Yeah, I like Miles. That's a guy that's going to flirt with 20 touches, whether it's between the carries or even the targets. So yeah, that's something you definitely love to see, especially in PPR and Dynasty. So I have him as a RB2, low or top tier RB2. So like RB 13, 14, he could flirt with the top 12. I wouldn't be surprised. That's just only if he can stay healthy. So that's my only concern. That's why I have him as a RB2. But I definitely like the talent. All right, let's pivot to these wide receivers. We're not going to waste time with Deshaun Jackson and Alshon. Let's just get straight to it, man. Jalen Reagor. So how do you guys feel about his outlook going forward with Jalen Hurts?
Same thing I just said about Miles, man. All these other rookie receivers shot up. Man, you had CD balling out. You had Jefferson. You had Higgins balling. Reagor is one of those first-round names that just, I don't know if people may have soured on him. That offense just – it crumbled, and I know he was hurt when he finally came back. He had flashes of showing what he did in college and why he was taken in the first round. But like John Luke said, man, Carson didn't help him at all. He made him look like he was unable to be a solid receiver, and I don't think that's the case. So, hey, with the draft class coming out now and all these other rookies looking like they're being taken as top-tier receivers, which they deserve it, if you can flirt some second-round picks out for your Jalen Reagor, I would, because I still think he's going to be a great receiver. I think he's going to be one of the go-to guys for Jalen Hurts. He better learn that sooner than later, because Reagor is a baller.
Yeah. Does he take on that Deshaun Jackson role going forward, in your opinion, in this offense?
That and probably more. I really do think I do think he's just a talented receiver. And Deshaun has some gadget player about him, but Reagor's a talented receiver too. He can do some gadget stuff. He's fast, but he's great at route running and everything too. So I love Reagor.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like when I was going back and watching his plays from this last year, like goddamn, can that man run? He's running like some beautiful routes, and so I really do think that I think they'll use him probably more in like a more versatile way than Deshaun Jackson. And I'm completely with Dot on this one. Like if you can go and grab him at a value now, because that recency bias is strong. So if you can go and get Jalen Reagor, that's talent there. There's uncertainty. Eventually he's gonna show out.
Yeah, and for me, I'll be honest. I'm still in the middle. I do have some shares. That way, I don't want to miss out. That's the beauty of it. But I have him as a wide receiver 3 right now. Of course, he'll have his big games, and he'll show what he can do from a big play standpoint. But for me, I just need to see this culture turn around as it relates to the Eagles, and again, establish their identity. So there's a lot of question marks there for me. That's why I'm kind of tempering my expectations. So again, we got Hurts stepping in there. I just need to see what that offense is going to look like going forward. With the Reagor, with the Zach Ertz, that's most likely going to be traded out the way, and you got the Reagor, Goddard, Sanders as your core. So yeah. So that's where I'm at with it. There's a guy I do want to touch on real quick, and then we'll pivot to the tight ends. Is Travis Fulgham going to be a thing? What are your thoughts there, John Luke? I'm just going to ask you.
I don't think so. I think he's taking advantage of the situation. Circumstance kind of put him in a position. I don't think he's like a bad receiver, but I think I'm anticipating like he's probably going to float around as that fill-in wide receiver 3, like flex play that you can maybe throw in if you're really in a pinch. But I don't think that he'll ever really give sustained value.
Okay, Dot, what are your thoughts on Fulgham?
Should have traded him when he was having his come up games, because no investment in him, and he showed out when he had the opportunity. I respect it, but I could see them just saying, hey, it's a talented class coming in, and if they took the chance on anybody, or I don't know, man. I don't think he's a thing. How about that? When the hype was there, I probably would have traded him for what I could have got. He has talent, but I think he's just a fill-in kind of guy. Just
The
like
draft capital scares me for sure.
Yeah,
Man.
They don't got no commitment to him.
Yeah.
Man, he's a stash for me, man. I like Fogum. Call me crazy. So maybe this will be my Corey Davis, Sammy Watkins. Maybe I'll wake up and smell the roses one day. So as of right now, I'm actually going to, smell the Febreze. I'm actually going to stash him right now, just given there is a lot of question marks. I know they need to fix that old line. So there is an opportunity. Travis may get another chance. But I will be honest, I'll put it out there. I have heard reports of effort and, being a concern as far as with the coaches. That's kind of why he kind of filtered back to the benches when Alshon came back. But we saw him play, man. I'm like, man, he can get it done. So he's a gamer for sure.
Yeah. They about to go pick up Corey Davis. He's going to take his spot.
That'd be interesting. That would definitely be interesting.
Yeah, you say I just threw that out there without even thinking about it. My bad. My bad, Vic.
Hey, I don't believe in a fifth-year breakouts, man. I'm not waiting for that.
Corey Davis had a fire season last year.
He did, but I'm just not waiting for a fifth-year breakout.
He had a good season his second season, I think, too. It was like literally identical. It was like on, off.
Yeah.
Other way around.
All right, let's get into this Dallas Goedert, man. So, what are your guys' thoughts on him going forward with the Jalen Hurts under center?
He's the guy I'm going to go buy right now. If anybody thinks Jalen Hurts is going to be a thing, John Luke, he hit it dead on. His best throws are the short intermediate routes, and I think that those possession tight ends, man, are going to be good. The Eagles show that they can support two real good tight ends if need be. And I do think, especially if they don't really go add no more weapons, which I feel like they need to help out. But right now you're looking at Rieger, Fogel, Goddard. I don't know what Alshon doing. Is Alshon going to get cut like Deshaun did? I don't really know what's happening, but Deshaun just got cut. Dallas got. I don't think Ertz is going to. You think they're going to trade Ertz, man? I don't see why they would keep Ertz on that team while they're rebuilding, man. He deserves to. So. He deserves to go somewhere where he can. I know his contract he got a high ass contract for aging tight end, so I don't know how flexible somebody's going to be taking him in, but Dallas Goedert's a baller, man. And he's one of those guys I've been sitting and waiting on because you see the flashes that he has, even being second fiddle to Ertz. So I like him. He's still 26. He's still at that breakout tight end age, but he showed flashes that he don't really need to break out. He's just a good tight end, just needs the opportunity. So, or more of an opportunity.
Is he for real 6'5"?
Yeah,
he looks
like
big.
Hunter Renfrow. Like he looks like Hunter Renfrow size in that picture. How is he 6'5"? That's wild.
But he looks big on the field, though. I will say that.
He does.
Right? He does look kind of small in this picture right here, but on the field, he looks like he's gliding, man. I love the way he looks out there when he's running routes and catching the ball, man. Goddard's a baller.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think he's a great tight end to get in Dynasty, especially if you don't have one of those lock and load tight ends, the 3 or 4. I have a ton of I have a ton of Dallas Goedert on my teams.
Yeah. The only people that ain't trading him are the people that's been loving Dallas Goedert since he came in the league. I'm one of those people. I ain't trading him for nothing. I done waited this long.
And it takes a while for tight ends to break out. I mean, the last rookie class, just in general, wide receivers and tight ends, like it spoiled us a little bit. So
I agree.
Yeah, I got Goddard as a top 10 play next season. Of course, with tight ends, we all know it's all about the top 7. So again, he'll have his moments, he'll have his games, but again, you got a Eagles offense that's trying to establish their identity. So for me, I'm just gonna be a little patient and just see how it plays out. But top 10 for me, definitely, roster Goddard. To John Luke's point, definitely got to be patient with the tight ends. Tight ends usually come to life in their 4th or 5th year. So, yeah, and he's right on par, and he's even been producing prior to that. So, all right, we're not going to spend too much time on Ertz, but we got to talk about it. The guy that's been getting it done there for years. He's been balling. Of course, this past season, a little banged up. There are off-season moves, rumors. So, is he going to be an Eagle next season? What do you guys think?
He does have I was just looking at his contract when we were talking about him a couple minutes ago. He does have a potential out this season. But if not, then his cap hit is $12.4 million with a dead cap of 7.7. So
they got to trade him.
They might trade him. I could see that happening. I don't know. I could also just see him playing in Philadelphia again.
Dad, what are your thoughts?
I like Ertz. I feel like, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I feel like it's about to start echoing because it went out my Bluetooth.
It's echoing.
You good, bro?
You good? Keep going.
All right, so
I
look,
can hear you.
I like Ertz. I really think he should be traded though to the Colts. I think that would just benefit everybody.
Damn, you just keep throwing out these trades that are like, oh, that would work. Man,
that was a good trade. I didn't even think about it.
I know.
Give another security blanket to Carson, somebody he's comfortable with. And he's a professional, man. You see him cry his last game out there, man, because he just knew it was his last game with Philadelphia, bro. I don't think he thinks he's going to be there. We have a tight end slot that needs to be filled. Man, imagine getting somebody that's great at what he does. Just rejuvenated. And that would be fire. Jack Doyle times 3, 4,
I like
5,
that.
6.
I like that call because Jack can focus on the run blocking and the sneaky goal line catches, and Zach Ertz can be that receiving tight end because we always keep a receiving tight end and a possession in the trenches guy too. So
and Mo Alley-Cox can get stuff off the top shelf. So
that's true, man.
Cover all your bases.
That's true. I like that call, man. Thank you. Those are all the players that we wanted to touch on. Anything else before we get into this closing?
Avo?
What's good?
Yeah, he was chilling over there.
Come on, man. I'm in my own world over here. I'm zoned in.
Avo look like he ready to go smash on a plate or something. About to go.
Man, I've just been relaxing.
Some macaroni on deck.
Amazing pie. Not tonight, no. We got turkey strips on deck.
All right, so look, JL, so smooth, Daddy. What is? Look. All right, so look, this is the closing, and I call it "Say Something Good to the People." That's where we get the chance to, speak of maybe there's issues going on in the world you want to touch on, or maybe you got some personal, good or bad, that you would like to bring to the awareness of our listeners and us, or just anything, a good day you had. Whatever you would like to bring to the light, this gives us the opportunity to do that because everything isn't about fantasy football, and we like to make sure that it's known to. I preach that shit every day, so it's bigger than fantasy football. Real life is going on around us, so we're not gonna throw you out there to go first. I will ask for volunteers because usually I just tell somebody to go, but I don't know if somebody's ready with one or if y'all not. I could go first because I have one too. So
I can go.
All right, Dynasty Bro Vic.
First, I want to shout out my boy Jay Rich. He's been putting these videos out there, work on your lighting. I feel like he need to add me, but hopefully Jay Rich improves my lighting. Hopefully my lighting's so good you can see the barbecue stain on this number. So, hey, we're dealing with real life problems up here, John Luke. So I wore this to my in-home Super Bowl party. Started smashing the barbecue.
I gotta put on the Ravens shirt because I'm coming on. It's like, oh no, I didn't wash it.
Yeah, man.
I got the barbecue on.
Try to get it out with the product side. It's still there. So, but yeah, man, I want to say protect your peace. I think it's important just with mental health in general, whether it's work, family, friends, stress, always, protect your peace. I'm just going to preach that. It's important. You got to know where to draw some lines and not let certain things stress you out that shouldn't be adding unnecessary stress to your life. So that's my message. Just go to the drawing board and evaluate where you need to protect your peace.
All right. Avo, you ready? Or you want me? Do you think you can even follow up JL? Because he's too smooth.
I mean, I do whatever you need me to do, man. I do this. So if you need me to go last, I'll anchor this, man. I got you.
Oh no, matter of fact, just let me ask, JL, are you comfortable going now, or you want Avo to go first? It's up to you, brother. It's your choice.
Avo, you go first. Give me one more minute.
Hey, JL playing chess over there, man.
I know, right?
Yeah. Well, anybody that do their hands like this?
Yeah. I got you. Hey, yo, Avo, you go.
Hey, that's a poker guy right there, man.
All right, so just dang it, Vic, that was kind of mine. because I've been in therapy lately. I've been back in therapy. It's been real helpful. It's been real dope. I'm on the road to making life better, and I just encourage everybody to go for it. Whatever it is, don't be afraid. It doesn't make you crazy, even though I tell everybody I'm crazy. You're not crazy. Just go ahead, go for it. It'll be good for you. You'll probably feel better every time you go. I can't wait to go next Tuesday. You'll probably see a different me next Tuesday because that's just what be happening. So, yeah, I just encourage everybody to go. And by the way, Bobby home.
That's what's up, man.
All right, look. So here, Jay, I'm going to set you up. I have one that I think will be like an alley-oop for you to go after me.
Ooh, I like that.
Because I've been doing so much mental health talk about my stuff that they just did it. So I'll do this. Because I like to say this, and I swear to God, I don't swear to God, but I mean this. Thank you to everybody in the fantasy community. I used to do music back in the day, and it's completely different when you try to network with people doing music because nobody wants to see anybody get any kind of leeway. Nobody wants to see you have any kind of advantage. So it's hard to work with people when you're doing hip hop music, writing for others, whatever. Since we jumped into this fantasy community, man, we've been getting so much love. We've been reciprocating it back. And I just want to thank people like you that just, Vic told me how y'all talk for the first time. He quoted, cracked a joke, but like little simple things like that to be able to actually be in reach and communicate and to be able to be like, look, our craft, your craft, they line up. Let's do something bigger than us because there's somebody that might need to hear what I share and what you share. And just to be able to bring that together without having any bad blood or, any underlying intentions, just it's been nothing but love since we done set foot into the fantasy community. I want to thank people like you and everybody else that done guest starred on our stuff and all the podcasts we've been on. We love to keep doing that, and that's really networking, not just talking, but actually doing stuff together, making it happen. We love to keep on getting on other people's podcasts and vice versa. And we want to just keep on spreading our word and our love across the whole community. So thank people like you, Mr. John Luke, Mr. JL, So Smooth, all that good stuff, man. It was a blessing to have you on here. So that's what I want.
You made me cry, man. That was beautiful. I wholeheartly agree. Since I got into this industry, people have been so welcoming. I've been able to, I've been helped by so many people who I've looked up to for so long for nothing in return that, that there's absolutely nothing that I won't do to reciprocate that, right? Wherever I can. And I think this whole community is really beautiful in that way. Like everyone, there's so much support. Why am I talking? We got a guest here.
Nah, man, it was going awesome. That was not,
we'll get back to it.
To be heard. Yeah, okay. Braylon, hi.
Avo playing checker. Nah, wait, he's playing chess. I was gonna say checkers, but chess.
She gets
mad.
She don't say hi.
Hey, Braylon.
What's up, Braylon?
Yeah.
The doctor said I have a loose tooth.
You got a loose tooth?
Ooh.
We got tell
Which
your
one?
daddy, right? Get some string and a doorknob, right?
No. Don't listen
I'm
to him.
just playing.
Don't listen to him.
Just playing. Hey, let me know. Hey, Braylon, when it falls out, let me know because I'm gonna call the tooth fairy for you. I got her on speed dial.
Oh.
Yeah. We're gonna make sure the tooth fairy takes care of you.
Which tooth?
You gonna say okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead, go back, go eat.
All right.
I don't know how Avo does it, but Avo always comes out on top somehow.
Yeah.
I know.
That
He
was
put
an
out the,
adorable
cute
interruption, though. That was an
yeah.
adorable interruption. But look, I need you to try to. I need you to try to see where you was.
I got
just
you.
Wrap it up. Go back into it. Okay, cool.
No, I respect the hell out of what you guys are doing. I love to see the ambition. I love to see the grind. Coming out here. And Troy was one of the first people I reached out to on fantasy Twitter after I've been in the industry for a while, and he took like 15 minutes out of his day on his lunch break and just chopped it up with me and like answered some questions and shit like that. So like, I think that this industry, this community is only going to be better with with more people who can are passionate like you all are and who do it so well and so naturally. I'm excited. I'm hyped to see where y'all go because this was definitely lit. I appreciate you having me on. And this is fantastic. You guys definitely have something special here.
Appreciate that, man. You always welcome back, friend of the show. We're gonna jump on and play some games on yours.
Yeah, you better.
Man.
Yeah, we
I'm
got
competitive, man. I ain't trying to lose nothing.
That's why we made this show. Is because like me, my best friend, my other buddy, like all three of us just are like so competitive and love game shows, shit like that. So we just do it every day now.
I'm with all of that.
That's
I'm
dope.
with all of that. We gotta set a date for it. We gotta set a date for it. Let me know.
Yeah. Vic, you and I will coordinate that.
Yep. We'll do that.
I'm
for
down.
Sure. All right, Ava, what you got, bro?
What you mean? I already went.
You already went?
He went after you.
Oh my God.
I got distracted by Braylon. All right, so check this out.
I'll lead us out. Whatever you need me to do.
That shade got a little too close.
Yeah,
Took a little bit too much off.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, story time. So let me tell everybody how I met John Luke on Twitter, which is dope, right? So he actually put a tweet out there saying, man, everyone has all these cool guests coming onto their shows, except for me, something like that. So I had quote tweeted him being funny, like, okay, well, let me take this time to announce that the FF educator, aka Matt Hicks, coming on. So I was being funny, like, if you guys know me, I like to have fun on Twitter. So yeah, but shout out to John, and then from there we talked. I was like, hey man, you definitely got to come on our show. So it just goes to show to what you were talking about, Dot, how opening and welcoming, the fantasy community is, because just like that, a simple tweet, just having fun. John was a good sport, and now we got a buddy in the industry.
Hell yeah.
Hey, and before we leave, let's do this one more time. We're gonna let John, you go first, man. One more time. Tell the good people where they can follow you at. If you have anything going on that we need to be aware of, and stay in tune for, all of that right now.
Yeah, so if you want to follow me, I post some stupid shit. I post some serious shit, some like a lot of shit just about like, the journey of getting into the fantasy industry, all that learning, fantasy football stuff. Follow me on Twitter, FYF John Luke. We got to get all three of y'all in Clubhouse, because we got this club going with like the people in the industry, and it's just been like dope to have, get access to a lot of these people who are big time in the industry, who are more difficult usually to get access to. So yeah, definitely there. Plug that, like Fantasy Sports Club on Clubhouse. And then check out the game show. That's, we try to have a lot of fun with that, and I love whenever anyone comes in and has a good time, and comes and throws like guesses and stuff in the chat and come plays with us. Like it's a really fun time. So you can find us on YouTube or Twitch, Front Yard Fantasy. That's it.
Fire.
Hey, Dynasty Bro.
And my album on SoundCloud in the fall. Don't forget.
Hey, JL So Smooth album on the way. SoundCloud, baby.
I like
Bryson Tiller Jr.
Hopefully Dynasty Bro Doc can get on a feature at some
That's
point.
Cool.
Hey, Vic, where can we follow you at, my brother?
Yeah, Chief Sosa FF. That's everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and Dynasty Bros FF is the podcast. So yeah.
Hey, Vo, I'm pointing at you. Where can we follow you at, sir?
That's me. You pointing to me. You can follow me at Avo Love. And
it doesn't matter where we can follow you at. Follow me at Dynasty Bros Dot on Instagram and Twitter, and follow me at Dynasty Bros FF. That's the main Instagram handle. Now look, Avo, I'll cut you off because you're a jabroni. You can take that hat, son. I'm just playing. Hey,
that's
bro.
Up, man.
Now look,
you ain't see the little girl talking to? Like, come on, man.
Okay, all jokes aside, 2-for-1 special, bro. Tell the people where they can follow you at and walk us out all at the same time, man. Thank you guys for watching the episode.
Follow me at Avo Love. That's AVOLXVE. Follow me on the Twitter at Dynasty Bro Avo. And hey, yo, Bobby's home. Let's go. I need everybody doing this. Let go. Go ahead, turn it off, Vic. I'm gonna be doing this all night. Let go. Hey.